hypothesis and power word fortitude that saw these minions grow bigger every turn and eventually take the win for Gabby. Gabby's second win of the series was one of mana crystals, spells and treasures, as the Kazakhstan druid provided him with some brutally overpowered cards. With the help of the coin, an innovate and a lightning bloom, Gabby summoned the deck's anchor card Kazakhstan. This deadly dragon's battle cry shuffled several overpowered treasures into his deck, which would prove to be crucial to his victory in the minutes that followed. The Vicious Hound Baba and the 3 mana cost Canopig Jars gave Gabby a dominating board presence. Every time a minion of his died, a legendary was there to take its place via the Canopig Jars Death Rattle. Mutating Injection gave Baba 4/4 and Taunt in stats. Once the Wind Fury from the Gnomish Army Knife came into effect, Game 2 was finished. Gabby claimed his victory from Kazakhstan's treasures alone. With an army of SI7 personnel at his side, Gabby completed his run through the Ruins of Alterac series on the destructive quest road. Agents, assassins, smugglers and informants. This deck is chock full of SI7 minions to help keep the board in Gabby's favour. The more SI7 minions played, the faster Gabby completed his Find the Imposter questline. This granted him Spy Gizmo cards like the Spy-O-Matic. This one-cost card allowed him to look at the top 3 cards of Hachikuji's deck and stick one of them on top. Spymaster Scabs himself came into play at the end of the questline, giving Gabby all 5 Spy Gizmos in preparation for Hachikuji's demise. By adding stealth to his minions and equipping a hidden gyroblade to his hero, Gabby left his opponent with 0 options. Hachikuji's defeat was inevitable, and in turn, he handed the tournament victory over to Gabby. These 3 Hearthstone super decks helped Gabby take the win in the Masters Tour, and are sure to help you climb the ranks in your next game of Hearthstone. Still to come, the news that matters to you, right here on Arena Esports. The Season 9 2022 Smite Pro League kickoff tournament ended with a bang, as viewers around the globe were treated to a World Championship Finals rematch. Atlantis Leviathans took down the Tartarus Titans 3 games to 1 in order to take home the 2022 SPL kickoff tournament title.
And wouldn't you guess it, it's Yarkor with a double kill. Paul and Aurora, the last 2 alive for the Titans. And it'll end up being down to Paul, who will not make it back into the fountain. And despite a stumble in Game 3, the Leviathans take Game 4, and they'll be your SPL kickoff tournament champions.
Now that all 8 of the Smite Pro League teams are warmed up, fans are looking ahead to this weekend for the first match of Phase 1, all viewable on the Smite Game Twitch channel. Los Angeles, California. 16 of the world's greatest Rocket League teams crossed oceans to compete at the RLCS Winter Split Major, a high-tier, high-stakes tournament with a $300,000 price tag attached. Streamed live from the YouTube theatre, the grand tournament participants were eliminated one by one, scoring goals and dashing into each other until the final 2 teams revealed themselves.
Furia taking 2 games off and being competitive in a lot of these games. G2, that atomic move, it's really paid off for them here. Up by 3, they're going to take this series, and G2 off to the upper finals.
After defeating Furia Esports in the upper semi-finals, the famous North American squad G2 Esports quickly became the favourite to win the live event. JNAPS, Chicago and Atomics were on fire. They worked circles around Space Station Gaming to earn a glorious 4 games to 1 bracket final victory and move on to the main event. Thundering its way through the lower bracket was the all-European lineup, Team Keizo. Playing harder than any other team in the tournament, Joyo, Vatira and Rise slammed team after team through the main event's lower bracket. dodging some near misses as they came face to face with a broken but determined Space Station Gaming.
He's going upfield. He's hunting. He's hunting. Incredible! It's not in, and now it goes the other way. Final 15 seconds. Queso trying to transition, but here's Space Station on the ball. Daniel now into the corner. Can they make something happen? Reynolds takes down Joyo. Ball going into the midfield. Where's anybody? Reynolds all the way. Is this going to go up, fall down? It will! It will!
Flying through the air to earn a clutch second goal on the map of Wasteland, the Team Queso Army earned a ticket to the grand final event, a matchup that kept the audience on the edge of their seats. In a classic North American versus European showdown, Team Queso took a firm lead in the grand final's first series. Manfield, the DFH Stadium and Utopia Coliseum were fought and won by Team Queso, with Rise scoring a total of 5 goals over the first 4 games. With the opponent at match point, G2 Esports fought back. The high-scoring game of Neo Tokyo saw the North Americans prevail in overtime. Champions Field is where everything changed for Team Queso. Joyo and Vatira pocketed a goal each, and with the final map of the series firmly under their belt, the members of Team Queso reset the grand finals bracket. JNAPS, Chicago and Atomics focused on the next series. They survived the event's lower bracket and made it this far in the grand finals. There would be no room for error if they had any plans of becoming the Winter Split champions.
Chicago demoed Rise in the back end, and he got plenty of time to respawn and get the ball back downfield.
Queso had the better chances so far, and they will get the first goal.
Vatira secured the first win of the reset for Team Queso. But G2 Esports shifted gears and derailed the Team Queso squad at the Forbidden Temple and DFH Stadium. The scores were levelled at the Utopia Coliseum. Rise scored the only goal of the game as the pressure was heating up on the main stage.
Vatira going for the double tap off the corner. Still space. Rise getting shut down. Getting closer. The bump in the air. Rebound out. Weak shot, but it's good enough.
A dash for the Team Queso goals saw Chicago score a remarkable point at the 1:26 mark, enough to put G2 Esports at match point in the grand final's second set. Neo Tokyo would once again decide the fate of these two teams. G2 Esports JNAPS and Atomics continuously found holes in Team Queso's defence, shooting their way to an incredible Winter Split victory.
G2 on the road to winning this thing.
Back again, Chicago gets the clear out. Queso trying to hold the midfield, but they've lost it. And here they come again.
The crowd erupted as G2 Esports rose above the world's best teams to take the RLCS Winter Split Trophy. A legendary moment in 2022 Rocket League Esports. Still to come, meet the Paladin stars who made history in the game's former pro scene. Right here on Arena Esports. Whether uniting as a team or going solo against the world, these players compete in the highest level of professional gaming. They are victors of the mind game, players that possess the X factor when performing in front of thousands. Their names are remembered in the Pro Gaming Hall of Fame. These are the icons of esports. As the drums of war echoed across the competitive realm of Paladins, one formidable force of Europe's greatest rose as the region's favourites. 5 gifted esports stars united as one to form the honourable Natus Vincere Paladin squad. With weapons in hand, Natus Vincere were known for outplaying the rest of the competition in several Paladins tournaments, and from their skills in the arena became a household name in Hi-Res Studios' Paladins Premier League. Back in early 2017, multiple members of the squad hailed under the esports banner of Interlopers, a small and humble group of friends who rose through the ranks in local Paladins competition. It wasn't until September 7th that same year that Natus Vincere announced on Twitter they were pulling together a collection of pro players to compete in the evolving Paladins esports scene. 20-year-old Finnish player Mutu from Team WASD was recruited to the squad, taking on the vigorous roles of both Team Flank and Damage. Also recruited from WASD was 28-year-old Finnish Team Support and Flex player Spunky, bringing his semi-unique style of play to the professional lineup. 21-year-old Polish sensation Creatives took up the mantle of Team Damage, while newly recruited frontliner and flex miracle Phoenix from Netherlands threw in the towel on other competitive games to concentrate solely on Paladins. The final member of the Na'Vi roster was the honourable Estonian sensation Unbelievable, who took on the role as the dedicated team frontliner before leaving Na'Vi in mid-2018. With big shoes to fill, ex-Ninjas in Pyjamas member Lazy from Denmark replaced Unbelievable, just in time for the 2018 Paladins Summer Split. 2018 was an absolute joyride for the members of Natus Vincere. Leaving no room for error, the boys put on a glorious show at the 2018 High-Res Expo in Atlanta, Georgia, outplaying their international rivals one by one to qualify for the Paladins World Championship Grand Final. The five-man force steamrolled their European counterparts Fnatic in a four-game Grand Finals whitewash. The final match of the day and of the tournament saw Na'Vi finish up with 4 points to just 1 on the eerie settings of Serpent Beach. With their frontliner down and out, Fnatic could not contest the final point in the dying seconds of the live Grand Final.
But he's found enough.
Is devastating. Fnatic, they lose their sole frontliner, 75%,
81.
and climbing the last seconds potentially of the Paladins World Championship.
93, is it gonna happen? Just the wall! Bucky, an unbelievable fine redemption, and Natus Vincere are your Paladins World Champions. GG!
The crowd celebrated their new world champions as Na'Vi lifted the trophy for the world to see. In May 2018, the esteemed mid-year high-res event, the Paladins Masters, was a chance for the team to rise once again in the virtual arena. In the winner's side of the main event bracket, Natus Vincere performed like the Paladins leaders they were, taking apart Australia's Kanga Esports and Brazil's Space Station Gaming to earn a seat at the winners' final table. It was there that longtime rival of the game Fnatic upped the ante and defeated the world champions. In a 3-1 defeat, Natus Vincere entered a fight for tournament survival in the event's losers finals. Making good on their loss, Mutu and the squad prevailed in the losers finals to earn another shot against Fnatic. The best in the US, Team Envy, could do nothing on the final map of Serpent Beach. A missed through time and space by Mr. Hayes certainly did not help the situation. From there, the world witnessed a Paladins World Championship Grand Finals rematch between the two European heavyweights.
96%, 99, Na'Vi. Are they gonna do it? Bugsy's gotta go down here. He whirls in. Can he save the day? Unstoppable from Creatives. Here's the through time and space, but it's not gonna make the difference. It's Bittner. He gets thrown away. The commander's grab. The Primus of Alzyko says, not today. Not my point, buddy. Natus Vincere are so close to doing it, Nick. I think they might have just done it and breathed new life into their journey in Paladins. They take their first LAN win within the last 5 months.
The Paladins Masters Spring 2018 trophy belonged to Natus Vincere after claiming the final capture point of Frozen Guard. Fast forward to July that same year, the Natus Vincere squad would once again show their dominance at the Paladins Summer Finals, a $100,000 tournament from the Skillshot Esports Arena in Atlanta, Georgia.
So much room.
Natus Vincere locked and loaded against Team Envy once more in the playoffs and sent them directly to the losers' side of the bracket after a dominating 2-0 victory.
Looking for
The Americans were hungry for victory and bounced back to earn a rematch against the Na'Vi squad following their success against Burrito Esports in the losers finals. It was evident that Team Envy not only wanted the tournament title, but revenge against the Europeans. This story of cross-regional rivalry saw the two powerhouse Paladin squads trade games off each other in the Summer Grand Finals. Team Envy obliterated Na'Vi on Game 5's Jaguar Falls to prevent them from securing the tournament trophy.
That's a killing spree, but Random Noob, this verticality, it's so difficult. They don't have any hit scan except Spunky. That's the other thing that's so difficult about it. Double kill by the time he falls. Creatives is the one to take him down, but Creatives will follow suit, go back into Spectator. That's going to be a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Team Envy take this game.
He's just dominant.
Despite the team's focus and determination, Team Envy bit the dust in the following match and lost the tie-breaking round in overtime. Natus Vincere found yet another world stage victory. The spoils of war were awarded to the Paladins Giants from Europe. In a tournament to end the massive 2018 Paladins esports season, the 8 top-performing teams in the world jumped on a plane to DreamHack Atlanta in mid-November to finally settle the score in front of a roaring Paladins crowd. It was fitting that Natus Vincere and Team Envy would meet in the event's grand finals, not only to continue their 2018 rivalry, but to defend the trophy and keep it on European soil. At one point aside, Navi's defences crumbled on the map of Jaguar Falls. The Europeans were fast and brutal in a game that ended with a dominating 4-0. The Americans were feeling the pressure on the main stage. Regrouping after the punishing loss, Team Envy entered Game 4 determined to reverse their fortunes.
Go down now, 128 on the clock here, but this payload is coming in hot. There's only a couple more seconds. Somebody from Na'Vi needs to get in here.
I think they're trying to, he hits his head. Oh, no.
The North Americans struck back hard and fast. What looked like an effortless match for Na'Vi quickly turned into a glorious win for Team Envy. Natus Vincere, with all their experience and confidence, were not prepared for what happened next.
Envy, they are storming through the gates of Serpent Beach, and they're locking it. Na'Vi don't have a key, and this is going to go the way of North America. Championship point, Envy. North America has waited for this moment. The hill is crested in so many different ways. It looks like NA are on the precipice, Nick, of doing it. Of becoming the world champions. Envy steal the show, and they claim the globe in Paladins.
In 3 jaw-dropping games to end it all, Team Envy found a working way around Natus Vincere's champion choices and map strategies, and were crowned Paladins World Champions for the first time. Natus Vincere moved into the final year of the Paladins Pro League as Phase 2 victors, but fell to the might of the Pittsburgh Knights in the 2019 World Championships quarterfinals bracket when trying to qualify to the main event. A shocking end for the European squad. On December 9th, 2019, less than a month after the World Championship, Natus Vincere announced that they were disbanding their Paladins roster, stating that the low popularity of Paladins and the change of structure to the newly formed Paladins Pro Circuit was enough to leave the esport behind altogether. Phoenix, Mutu, Lazy, Creatives and Spunky made waves in the world of Paladins and will be remembered for their sportsmanship and professionalism years after the dismantling of the Paladins Natus Vincere division. Still to come, the latest events from around the esports globe, right here on Arena Esports.
Pernah juga saya menerima ancaman daripada live chat, kadang-kadang juga daripada personal message.
Kadang-kadang kita akan dengar komen-komen yang tak seronok. Contohnya bagi saya adalah komen berunsurkan perkauman.
Sebab kita ni sebagai orang yang dikenali, akan ada segelintir orang yang tak puas hati dengan kita, terutamanya perempuan lah.
Paling teruk sekali, dia cakap kat saya, asal main game, tak ada masa depan. Lepas tu ada orang cakap pula, tutup je lah live ni, tak ada orang nak tengok pun.
Kalau saya ada terima cyberbully dalam bentuk komen, kata-kata kesat, makian ni, biasanya saya akan abaikan saja, saya akan ignore mereka.
Contoh saya tengah live streaming, tiba-tiba ada fake account datang dekat page saya, komen benda-benda yang memalukan, contohnya body shaming, fake shaming.
Saya ada seorang rakan streamer seperti saya juga, dan setiap kali dia live, dalam ruangan comments dia akan penuh dengan kata-kata buruk atau toxic. Dia akan diejek dengan penampilan fizikal dia, sama ada dia gemuk ataupun berat dan sebagainya.
Okey Iza, Fatah, jadi berdasarkan video yang kita lihat sebentar tadi, alright, patut tak diorang ni yang selalu menjadi salah seorang ahli cyberbully ni kan, yang menjadi pembuli ni, patut tak diorang ni dihukum? Kalau patut, hukumannya macam mana?
Minta sangatlah kerajaan untuk
seriousness. Okay.
Di bawah akta bla 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 bla. Kita kena cegah dulu tau. Baru kita nak hukum diorang. Kita kena cegah dulu benda tu.
Okay.
Idea saya untuk cegahkan benda tu dulu, akaun Facebook ataupun social media mana-mana menggunakan IC diorang tersebut supaya tiada langsung akan ada fake account. Ja.
Okay, faham.
So bila benda tu jadi, and then kita dah dapat orang yang mana akaun yang real, dari situlah kita boleh ambilkan tindakan
sewajarnya.
Okey,
kalau nak tindakan, tadi kata tindakan kan. Tindakan contoh macam mana? Contoh macam mana?
Maksudlah denda. Kalau kita buka emas sekarang kena denda. Betul. Sama juga macam kita boleh buat denda ataupun berdasarkan apa dia orang punya level kesalahan dia.
Itu daripada Fatah. Okey, daripada Izzah pula macam ni.
Macam mana nak cegah ialah mungkin nak tambah kepada poin Fatah tu tadi ialah mungkin adakan satu pendidikan atau education. Ada satu benda yang saya tengok mungkin ada di negara barat atau negara-negara, saya rasa di India pun ada. Okay. Dia mengajar kanak-kanak netiquette. Netiquette meaning etika di internet. Okay. So benda tu nampak simple. Kita nampak macam benda tu expected kan. Jangan cakap benda-benda yang jahat. Tapi kadang-kadang diorang tak tahu nak bezakan. Tapi in real life dia macam okay, I behave. Tapi online macam boleh lah, boleh. Sebab who's gonna catch me? Tak ada siapa. Betul. So sebab tu kena pentingnya ada satu undang-undang yang ketat macam Fatah cakap tadi, di mana contoh kalau kita guna IC, kita boleh trace siapa yang buat sesuatu, dan selalunya orang yang kena mangsa bully, dia ada bukti untuk report. Jadi benda tu ada black and white.
Memang pro player ni. Skin pun bukan skin biasa. Wih, ya Allah, 1160. Ya ampun. Wih, memang hebat korang tim kita daripada Taiwan ni.
Guys, this is it. Pencabar pasukan Hermanos nampaknya telah pun memunculkan diri. So bukan apa orang kata, perlawanan yang mudah untuk Hermanos lepas nanti. 1372 dan masih berbaki 10 saat. Jadi masih lagi boleh untuk push point ke point yang paling tinggi. Terus ke depan 1584.
Kena mamak aku dah selalu dah.
Selalu kau pergi makan, bukan kerja.
Tapi cerita pasal mamak ni je lapar lah. Kuah campur ayam goreng dengan sayur.
Menyesal pula Uncle cakap pasal kedai mamak ni.
Boleh curi boleh kang kena.
Aduh.
Hai mehogai teris sajana.
Tapi kan, Uncle paling suka pergi kedai mamak sebab apa tau? Sebab dia punya servis. Laju. Kadang-kadang dia pun sendiri pening.
Sampai sendiri pening
Kita ada Maggi goreng, datang Indomie. Macam mana?
Wih, tapi banyak kali lah terjadi macam tu. Banyak kali.
Dek, servis laju dah. Berapa lama masa untuk diorang ambil siapkan satu plate?
Yang ni kalau kita hantar dia pergi dekat Gordon Ramsay punya Hell Kitchen, dia jadi tim A lawan dengan tim B Gordon Ramsay, confirm dia orang menang. Laju weh.
Laju.
Oh, siap mana baling makanan.
Betul.
Gordon Ramsay mana ada baling makanan. Baling makanan mampus.
Okay, sekarang tinggal seminit. Sekarang ni 1030 poin.
1030 lagi
25 saat saja lagi.
23 saat.
Macam yang aku cakap lah. Maksimum 1300 tapi at least boleh hit 1200, tapi ni macam jangan sedikit meleset.
Sedikit ke bawah. Kalau dia orang nak retry pun 2 map ni kena retry.
Second map lah dia orang kena retry.
Second map tadi berapa?
Wow!
Still 4,000 korang.
4,003 point.
I would give my support if they are serious about it. Makes them happy.
Yes, I will support my children if it's something they're interested in, if it's their dream to work on a game.
I'm not sure about actually letting my children into the gaming industry. It's a risky job lah.
If I have the chance, I'll take it.
What goes on behind the gaming industry? I think I would probably not.
Sounds interesting. I would give it a try.
Yes, I would totally want to work. It's very cool wanting to bring games to life.
If given a chance, I think I will take it.
So tadi video tu kita dah tengok. How do you guys feel about that? Apa pandangan korang pasal ni?
Mixed feeling, I can say, because my generation will be more over like your parents lah. I think it's having a stereotype or they are not really familiar with it. It's not like saying that they are disagree with it. It's more like you don't really understand where is the aspect from. So when I look into game design, the game industry, I look at the statistic. I'm a research person.
Love it. Okay.
The statistic is growing very well. So if you're really saying that looking for occupation in game industry, there's quite enough for people to join in. It's not something very inaccessible from back then lah. And then I think nowadays there's a lot of programs, even YouTube. You just Google game design. I think it's a lot of videos that come out. Yeah. So I think it's very access to this kind of information nowadays. That's why people more open to it.
Bagus lah tu kan. Gerald, what is your opinion?
Macam mana dengan Gerald pula?
If I were to have kids, I think they should just do whatever they think it's right. Because I teach part-time at a school, so I talk to a lot of young students about to graduate, and they are very concerned about where they're going to go once they graduate. But I would say every career path has a risk. You could study to be a doctor and still fall between the gaps of the industry.
True.
So at the end of the day, if risk is always a component, then just do something that you truly believe it's what you're meant to do. And even if you have to change it, why not? It's not a big deal. You have your whole lifetime to do something you want to do anyway, and that's just part of it.
Betul. So kita kena happy lah dengan apa yang kita nak buat, right? Sebab kalau kita dipilih untuk kau kena kerja ni, kalau tak happy, tak lama. Right?
Macam you kerja sini memang happy kan?
I'm happy. Cakap dengan you happy semua. Nampak? So bila kita happy tentang benda tu, so barulah kita semangat nak buat, right?
Betul.
Donat warna pink tak ada.
Come on, strawberry hantar dulu. Strawberry coklat. 2 kat situ boleh hantar. Woi, 3 boleh hantar.
Selamat.
Come on. Strawberry mana strawberry? Sempat strawberry tu.
Pinggannya enggak ada, Bu.
Oh, terpaksa hantar. Pinggan kau. Jangan. Oh, nasib baik.
Diorang just tinggal nak masukkan buah-buah tambahan. Diorang bijak.
Diorang masukkan bila tak perlu buat apa-apa, dia tak kacau laluan.
Yes.
Dia plain.
Hey, kenapa hantar blender? Ya ampun. Dep. Apa kau buat ni, Dep? Panik kak. Paniklah. Pasang kak. Aduh.
Aku baru je puji kau tadi, Dep.
Aduh.
Baru je puji cakap inilah gamer sejati. Pam, hantar blender.
Tapi kesian juga dekat Dep Jin?
Dep?
Kesian kat Dep sebenarnya.
Kenapa?
Dia jatuh laut tadi, terus naik wheelchair.
Dia tapi dia masih bersungguh-sungguh walaupun atas wheelchair. Dia masih lagi nak tolong tim-tim dia.
Okey, so sekarang ni Jin, kurang daripada seminit, 803 poin sahaja.
Mampu dapat 1.2. Kalau momentum ni keep on boleh lah
Ya, dong kena lagi laju sebenarnya. Kena lagi laju. Sebab tadi kita tengok ada beberapa pergerakan yang kurang lancar sebenarnya. Cawan lambat basuh. Okay, so bila cawan lambat basuh, diorang lambat serve dia punya air ni.
Betul.
Sekarang tinggal 30 saat sahaja. Belum 1000 poin lagi. Tapi dalam blender dah ada 2 minuman menunggu untuk dihantar. Dan okey.
Lagi satu.
Let's go. Dong kena 1500 kat sini.
Cepat, lagi satu hantar. Itu. Okey. Ingatkan hantar blender sekali. Lepas tu dia suka berenang. Banyak kali dia pergi jatuh berenang.
Itu dah Hermano. 4080 poin.
Apa kata kita buat satu show untuk kita?
Show apa?
Kita namakan show kita One Up Podcast.
Kita kupas pasal isu-isu semasa Facebook creators.
Apa-apa yang baru kat pasaran, kita cerita sekali.
Kita masukkan pasal tournament, pasal professional players dan macam-macam lagi.
Tambah satu tetamu istimewa setiap show kita untuk bincang kita, lepak dengan kita.
Bila kita nak buat?
Kita buat setiap hari Khamis, 9.30 malam di EGG Network.
Walaupun ada player-player berpengalaman.
Walaupun season ni kami tiada zone.
Walaupun Ciku tengah rehat. Walaupun roster kami tetap sama. Walaupun
champion season lepas dia terwujud.
target kami setiap musim pun sama. Pastilah juaralah.
Apa bracket?
First back-to-back champion.
Tak kisah, Todak tetap langgar. Tak sabar lagi lah. Ini musim kita.
Mobile Legends Professional League Malaysia Season 9. Live on EGG.
Selamat kembali ke MPL Malaysia musim ke-9 yang dikuasai oleh Munton, dipersembahkan oleh Mac Delivery. Samsung sebagai kita punya telefon pintar rasmi, Raikan bersama dengan Nescafe Gaming bersama dengan Cadbury Zip. Dan untuk kita punya match yang kedua, Orange Esport menentang pasukan Karakal. Kita masih lagi bersama dengan Lofel dan juga Sif kat sini.
Alright. Awak cakap dulu ke saya cakap dulu?
Tak kisah.
Awak cakap dulu.
Okey, saya cakap dulu. Kita nak tunjuk sebab semalam, kalau kita recap sekejap lah pasal semalam. Pasukan MAB menang terhadap pasukan RSG. Pasukan Todak menang terhadap pasukan Suhas. Pasukan Homeboys menang terhadap pasukan GFAM. Hari ini pasukan SMG menang terhadap pasukan Raid. Kalau kita melihat prestasi ataupun trend kemenangan, nampak seperti pasukan daripada grup A ni sangat-sangat kuat.
Ya, cuma dekat pasukan grup A, SMG. Kalau dalam grup A kuat, SMG dah memang next level. Dan ya, kalau kita tengok untuk perlawanan Orange lawan dengan pasukan Karakal dekat sini, di mana rasanya ramai orang tak sabar untuk tengok Karakal sebab sama ada Lexia akan dimainkan ataupun tidak, sebab kita nampak masa dekat iklan gambar Lexia dah ada pusing-pusing ke situ. Jadi adakah itu tanda-tanda yang Lexia akan main hari ini?
So kalau Lexia main, so mungkin peluang tu cerah ke macam mana?
Sebab kalau Lexia main, okay, here's the thing. Lexia ramai orang kenal dia sebagai seorang jungler yang gila. Dia punya mechanical skill memang sangat bagus, and dia dah berapa kali dia practice dengan dia punya shot calling. Tapi disebabkan League Eza ada dekat dalam Karakal, kita tak pernah nampak lagi dua jungler dekat sini. Jadi Lexia, apakah role yang dia akan main? Which kita dengar kemungkinan besar dia akan main kat kawasan mid.
Alright, tapi itu untuk pasukan Karakal. Kalau Lexia bermain pada hari ini, tapi berbeza sedikit dengan pasukan Orange di mana mereka punya true shot caller telah pun masuk. berjaya menewaskan pasukan Todak 2-0 dan kalau hari ni mereka menang 2-0, mereka boleh berada di tangga yang kedua dan berpeluang besar masuk ke upper bracket.
Daripada nombor 5 terus boleh naik nombor 2. Oh, gila.
Tapi kan kalau kita tengok kat sini pasukan Orange dan juga pasukan Caracas sudah pasti orang cakap apa tak boleh nak predict apa-apa kan. Maksudnya kita bolehlah cakap sikit tapi tak tepat.
Dekat sini buat masa sekarang ni apa yang kita